Oh, hi! Yes, I am wearing a Christmas sweater, even though it's December 27th, and you won't see this till like the second or third week of January. So, Happy New Year. Hope you had a good holiday. Let's be productive this year, right? Everybody on board? Cool. Let's get shit done. This week we're going to do a project that involves old knee socks. This is going to work best with knee socks. The longer the leg part is, the better. But if you have some socks that are at least like a couple inches of fabric above your ankle, you can do that. You're just going to need a lot of them. Because I'm a sock hoarder, I'm only willing to give up these 2 pairs because I've completely worn out the heels. And they match. Here's what you need. Socks, obviously. Scissors are good. Pins are kind of optional, but you will need thread and a sewing machine. So your first step is to cut off the gross part of your socks and probably the worn out part. Everything from the heel down you do not want. Cut right along that line. And obviously if it's like kind of gross near the heel, you can cut a little bit further up, but keep as much of the sock as you can. And you can keep the elastic band at the top. If you want, you don't have to. It's your call, man. Live your life. I want the 4 of these to alternate. Obviously this is going to depend on how many socks you have, but I want it to look like this and have the other Dalek sock in the middle. To attach all of these together, take your first sock, leave that right sides out, take the next sock, flip that inside out. You're going to pull this through it until the edges you're going to be attaching are touching right sides together. Because most socks are pretty stretchy, you're going to want to use a zigzag stitch, because if you use a straight stitch and then this pulls for some reason, all those seams are going to break. You don't want no broken shit, you know what I mean? I don't even know what accent that was supposed to be. Ta-da! Now because there's such a small opening here, you're gonna have to take off whatever extra pieces are on the outside of your sewing arm. I don't know what else to call this, but it's still gonna have to stretch out a little bit. So if this is really puckered once you're done doing this, the zigzag stitch, just go ahead and pull everything this way once you flip it right sides outs again. And it should help it kind of lay a little flatter. On to the next sock. Just keep repeating that process until you have all your socks in one huge long tube. Now that you have that big tube of socks, you're going to attach the last sock, kind of tuck it into this first one. Make sure there's plenty of overlap. I purposely picked the plain color one to be last, and this is going to be the very back of the scarf. So I'm just gonna do a straight stitch right across this. I'm not gonna go all the way around because it's too small of an opening to really close it up like I usually do with infinity scarves. So this is just the best and quickest way to do it. Or the laziest, whatever you want to call it. I was not filming that whole time, but I did get to admire the little pink mustache that is starting from drinking this poison. Once you're done that end seam, you're done your little weird sock infinity scarf. I wanted to show off these Dalek socks, but they wore out like immediately. Recycling for the win! There is so much whiskey in here.